Earlier last Saturday, on national television, the Niger general came out addressing the world that the country has ended its military cooperation with the US with immediate effects. While the BBC News also came out saying, Niger's junta revokes military agreement with US. Yo! Niger junta revokes military agreement with the USA. These people actually means business. No, these people actually are working insanely. I say the giant of Africa is for Niger right now. Who says no? Now, who actually says no? These guys are manning up to the United States of America saying, get your army out of our land. Just like that. Addressing the country with immediate effects. Nah, I say giant of Africa, the new giant of Africa are the DJs right now. Are the Nigerians. Bang!
This is especially embarrassing for the United States because a high-powered diplomatic and military delegation just left Niger trying to avoid exactly this outcome. It was led by the U.S. Assistant Secretary for African Affairs, Molly Fee, and General Langley, who commands the U.S. Africa Command. And in fact, the Nigerians are unhappy. They said that they did not follow protocol, diplomatic protocol, on announcing when this delegation would be coming, what would their purpose, and who they would be meeting.
Yo, well, now see this too. Just see this too.
The government of Niger, taking into account the aspirations and interests of its people, decides with full responsibility to denounce with immediate effect the agreement relating to the status of military personnel of the United States and civilian employees of the American Department of Defense in the Republic of Niger.
Wow, so the Nigerians were not happy as how the US delegations entered their country with no diplomatic protocol. These people are actually working insanely. Someone is actually manning up to the United States of America. What are these Nigerian people on? No, who is giving them this kind of morale and this kind of, what? Where are they getting all this confidence from? This is really insane.
Actually condemning what they call the U.S. There's this word they're using, which is really interesting. The U.S. has been condescending in their dealings with Niger, and the threat of consequences from the U.S. delegation, they didn't appreciate that. So they're saying they have to leave immediately, both the U.S. troops there and also civilian personnel that are in the country. Where we've reached out to the Department of Defense for reaction. We're still waiting to hear what the U.S. will say about that, but it's really important.
Nah, nothing you people can tell me right now. These people are not playing. They really know what they are about. No, can you see the confidence in them? There's the United States of America, and these guys don't see them like that. Whoa, Nigerians, you guys are really up to something. This is Africa. This is Africa we have been waiting for, okay? It's give and take word. It should be business. You bring me something, I'll give you something. But right now, Africa has been used so much that Nigerians are saying, nah, it's not going to work again. Now, this is an Africa I've always dreamed to see. Come on, people. Yo, the man just says we are waiting for what the US have to say. What do you people have to say? Man just literally says leave their country, and you have something to say about that. How can you spend $100 million plus to build a military base in someone's country? Who does this? And now they say leave with immediate effect, and you're saying we want to know what the US have to say. What do you have to say? All you have to say is just leave, bruh. Leave with immediate effects. That's all. What do you mean we are waiting for what the US? What do you even have to say? It's pretty simple, yeah? You have spent $100 million building a military base, a drone base in the Nigerian land, okay? So what do you mean by you are waiting for what the US have to say? They say leave with immediate effects. Just leave, bruh. Well, I also find these posts or comments from other people or other Africans on these whole issues in Niger wanting the United States of America to leave their land with immediate effect. I mean, moving their military or their military base from Niger, okay? All right, so this one says there were 1,100 US troops in Niger as of last year, where the U.S. military operates out of two bases, including a drone base known as Air Base 201, built near Agadez in central Niger at a cost of more than $100 million. Yo, they have two bases rather, which they have about 1,100 soldiers in someone's land. What are people doing there? With a huge sum of $100 million investment. For what? What are people protecting out there? What is this? Well, this guy also came and says, correct, actually we learned that the CIA had a third security base operating in Niger that we didn't know. The CIA also had another third operating base in Niger that the country itself didn't know. Who does this? This is very disrespectful. We all know America is acting as a superpower in the world right now. Yep, they have the military, they have the money, they have everything. We understand that part. But what right or what so right you have to build a military in someone's land. I understand, because it was a joint cooperation between the Nigerian government and the United States of America. I understand that point. But on what basis do you have to open another third secret base by the CIA in someone's land that the person knows nothing about? It's like backbiting. Like, we sit down to talk about something, and later you just end up doing something different. Now I understand why the Nigerians are saying, with immediate effect, the US needs to get all their military and everything out of their land. Because how can you sign a deal with me and later you're doing something behind my back like that? This is serious. Mostly not just any base, but the CIA. Those people are known for a whole lot of things. The CIA. A lot of things that are going on in the world that are linked to the CIA. And to have not even an air base or a soldier or any other military base, or not even a Navy base, but a CIA base, a secret CIA base in your land. Now, every country or every president or every person finding this out will really get furious about this. And I don't blame the Nigerian people about this one, okay? This is what I found on X, okay? Now, let's see how fellow Africans think about this, okay? As an African, what do you think about this? What do you think what the Nigerians are doing? Is it a good move for them? Is it good for their citizens and their economy? Is it good that the Nigerians are putting up a fight or stand up against the US and somehow bullies? Because this is a kind of bully, though. Although initially it was an agreement between those countries or both countries, but having a third military base secretly in that country also really doesn't speak well with USA, okay? So what do you think about this Nigerian bold move they have taken and saying that the US military base needs to be out of their country with immediate effect? What do you think? And in the comment section, let me see what you think. And if you're also from Niger, tell us more about this. I mean, you're in your country, so let us know what is really happening in your country and how is your general really putting up with the USA about this, okay? Let us know under the comment section, okay? But let's first read about how South Africans think when this news pop up on the internet that people are talking about it, okay? So to our first comment, we have this guy. He says, I love this. Niger becoming too big for foreigners to come and exploit them. All right. So man just says he loves how Nigerians are now putting up a fight because this is bold step. Okay, telling the United States of America to move $100 million investment of military base in your land, like just even immediate effect like that. That shows a lot of boldness and a lot of seriousness. Okay. So man just says he loves this. Niger becoming too big for foreigners to come and exploit them. Well, that's what he thinks. Okay. Another one also came in and says, I can't celebrate this decision as it makes no difference nor will bring any additional benefit to the Republic of Niger. This is simply a political reliance by the military junta towards another superpower that supports its regime. The government of the day is only trying to demonstrate its loyalty to Russia, which means Niger will still be at the receiving end. Nothing better. This is just the case of a servant switching from one master to another in order to hold on to power. Well, this is what this guy also thinks. Okay, he says schools in Niger. So that's what Brother Manu says. He says that Niger moving from the US is basically moving towards Russia because the military junta in Niger are basically being sponsored by the Russians. And now they are moving from one superpower to another superpower. That's like from flying pan to fire for him, okay? And he thinks that it can only make sense to him if Niger was actually doing it for their citizens and for them as a whole. But right now, for moving from one superpower to another is like the same thing, okay? Doesn't really make a difference here because the other one hits the other one person, so they might be seen like a saint to you, but deep down they may not be saint. That's what this brother is saying. Man is also concerned about Niger's safety, okay? So as an African, also a fellow African, what do you also think about this, okay? What do you think what Nigerians are doing is good? Well, my opinion about this is, first of all, Nigerians finding out that the US have another third military base in their country without not knowing secretly, they deserve any decision they take, okay? And also feeling that the U.S. disrespected them by bringing a delegation that they had, we know the diplomatical way of coming there with nothing, they just pop up in their country, they feel disrespectful too. They also have every right to address that too because, yeah, you have to respect them, they are sovereign country. And also, but the case of them moving from the U.S. and if it's truly that they are moving to the Russian side, that doesn't really speak well for them because, as I said, Africa really needs to set up and build Africa. But moving from the US, one superpower, to the opposite or the rival of the other superpower, is really something fishy because those people will act like saints to you, but deep down they are only doing that to defeat their enemies. So they may be with this. It's kind of double standard here, okay? So I hope the military junta in Niger will really take the citizens or the people of Niger first before anything else, because Africa cannot be really changing masters like that. Africa needs to be free, like real free, not like moving from one shape to another shape. That's not it, okay? So as I said, this is my opinion and I've shared mine too, okay? If it's for the betterment of the people and the betterment of Niger, and they can also sell their product or their minerals for better deals and also to improve the life of their citizens, I agree with that. But If it's mainly because they hate the US to the extent that they think that Russia is a savior and that they need to move from the USA to that part, well, I don't agree to that also. Okay, so under the comment section, let me see what you think about this. My name is Rashid Say, and this has been the Tremendous in the Bit, and I was here to share with you my experience of what I found on X over the week last Saturday. Okay, what do you think about this? Let's go.